Asker just came back from 2 hours running in this hot and humid environment, so you can explain just a little bit more what's happening today in the morning to the runners when they have been exercising in this temperature and humidity.
Yeah, we talked about this before. It's extremely humid here, and today was actually, in terms of temperature, for here relatively cool, but still extremely hot, and that means you're just, where you can see probably, you just sweat enormous amounts, you lose very large amounts of fluid, and it is very difficult to control your body temperature, and that is one of the main performance determining factors. So if your body temperature goes too high, then your body will slow down.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've seen that in some of the girls this morning.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
Yeah, we've been seeing this morning the girls also really grabbing whatever they could get in terms of drinks. They've been using this special mixture. What is in that usually?
I think it's very individual. It's, I mean, a lot of the girls will use a carbohydrate solution. Some girls will just use water. We also saw some girls that took gels on board, and then probably some water as well. So it's very individual, but ideally I think everyone would take on board a fairly large amount of carbohydrate, because you're burning up that energy, and if you can replenish that, that is a bonus. But in these conditions, probably the fluid is the first requirement, and they have to get some fluid on board.
Yeah, and we have with the C2 Max formula also opportunity to deliver more energy into the systems of the athletes. They're going from 60 grams per hour of exercise to 90 grams per hour of exercise. So we saw that the athletes are really trying to keep this high energy intake.
Yes, it's I mean it's a challenge, especially during something like a marathon, where the intensity is for the whole duration is so high. So it's actually a challenge to take on board that much, but it is something that you can train and you can adapt to, and if you can tolerate it and you can do it, it is an advantage.
Another thing what we have shown so far in the marathon races in hot and humid environment, that African guys seems to perform as good as they are doing usually at all the city marathons. What this could be a reason?
Yeah, one of the differences between like an Olympic marathon usually and most of the marathons is that the temperatures are much higher. And even though we think of Africans as people who always train in very hot conditions, that's not always the case. They often train in the morning. They often train in places like Addis Ababa, where the temperatures aren't actually that high during the year, so they're not always adapted to these hot and humid conditions.
Okay, one question I think dedicated to someone who wrote the history and writing still on his legend, Michael Phelps winning his 8th gold medal at the Olympic Games. You know, the density of the races, density of his high-level performance is just amazing. What do you think he's doing in between those races?
Well, I think he's doing everything possible to make sure that he does recover, both physically and mentally, because I think that is a major component as well. Because after every race you have this huge hype and attention by the press, but at the same time he just needs to prepare for the next event. So it's it's very challenging, and if he can do it, it's absolutely incredible.
It's all about recovery, energy intake, and we have got a lot of requests from media from all over the world. You know, what is the magic formula C2 Max behind you know, one of the puzzle of Michael's performances at these games? And I think it's like, you know, like I said, it's building a puzzle and putting things together. And for him, it's just recover as fast as possible, get in pre-race preparation as clear as possible, and just be ready as soon as the...
Yeah, I mean, performances like that are only possible if all the pieces of the puzzle are perfect. And nutrition is one of those pieces, so he's obviously nailed that one.
So we are looking to a fantastic athletic races starting 2 days ago, and we expect a lot of great surprises as well.